Only took like a day and a half. Hi, Spooky. Hi, Blackbird. My light bulb exploded, so we get this fun, constantly trying to autofocus. Hi, Marie. Got this constantly trying to autofocus aesthetic going on, which is fun. Love that. I don't know what it is about this slight darkness that really freaks my camera out. But unfortunately, we're just going to have to deal with it because I'm not smart enough to turn off autofocus. Or maybe I am. Let's find out. I don't think I can. Yeah, no, I don't think that's a thing. So, yeah, sorry, fellas. Yeah, focus is automatic and I cannot change that. Oh well. It's good to see you all. It's good to see you all. How is everyone doing? I bought crisps for this occasion. And yeah. Oh, also, I feel like I didn't show these last time. And I just think that they're real neat.
Mama laughed at your message.
Yeah, thanks, Mum. I think they're real cool. Look at these wooden chains that I made. I made them from wood. From a solid block of wood. How cool is that? I slowly carved it until it fell apart and became a chain. I just think that's really cool. So, and then I got an even smaller one. Look at that. He's so baby. He's so baby. Anyway. Yeah, we got some candles. Oh, hello, Troinks. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Rose. This is the gang. Oh yeah, turn my phone on silent this time. I actually remembered. Yay me. Okay. So I guess we just gotta steamroll into this. I'm a bit scared though, because first of all, we've got In the Trenches, and then we've got The Sick Village, and to be completely honest with you, neither of those fill me with joy. Hi, Justin. It's good to see you again. If you don't know Troinks, Justin is the Love Hearts. Justin only speaks in Love Hearts. We're not even sure if Justin is their actual name, but they have been lovingly referred to. Nick coined Justin, so that's Justin. Okay, well, I guess we better just get started. Also, the way that the camera is placed conveniently doesn't tell me how many people are watching, so I can no longer be anxious. Loophole. All right, in the fucking trenches, I guess.
There is a place.
Nope, no ads for me today. Sorry.
Rusty Quill presents the Magnus Archives.
Volume sound good? I'll turn it up a little bit. There we go.
Episode 163. In the Trenches.
Good. Sorry, I hate to interrupt. These crisps fucking slap. Normally I don't like, well, I do like them, but I tend towards salt and vinegar. And these are just salted. But my God, are they good. 10 out of 10. I highly recommend them. You get it. Sounds like we literally are in the trenches.
I'm knackered. Are you?
That is so quintessentially British. just going fucking knackered, mate. Fuck.
Well, okay, well, no, I suppose not. But I think I should be. Yep. How long have we been walking? 14 hours and 23 minutes. What,
Nice.
seriously? Yes. I don't think it means much out here, though. We should probably rest. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we can rest. It feels more like waiting.
Bit ominous, but yeah, I guess so.
So, are we going to walk all the way to London? If you know an alternative, I'd be very keen to hear it. I mean, cars? You know, planes, trains, automobiles? It wouldn't help. All right, a boat then. Geography doesn't work anymore. Space doesn't work. All right.
That's fucking weird.
So what does that mean? It means the journey will be the journey, regardless of how we choose to make it. Right. And you're sure we can't just, speed it up a bit? No. I just don't like being out here. You see that tower way off in the distance? Yeah. It's watching us, isn't it? The Panopticon and the Institute.
That is... This conversation is both really fucking ominous and fucking hilarious because we've got... On one hand, we've got John sitting there going, being the most ominous little bastard I've ever met in my fucking life. Being all like, oh, the journey, it doesn't matter how we do it. It's just the space in between. Geography doesn't work anymore. Time is weird and fucky wucky. And then you've got, Martin on the other side saying, all right, can we not make it fast? Like, are you sure we wouldn't be faster in like a car? Like, this... he's what I would like to imagine like an accepting Texas mother is like, where it's like the whole she doesn't really understand it, but she loves her kids, so she's doing her best, but like it's a slow and steady race to establish acceptance. Like, Martin is basically the Eldridge version of that, where it's like, okay, my boyfriend is an Eldridge horror, and nothing he says makes any sense, but I fucking love him, so shit, I guess I gotta figure it. Okay. Bro inadvertently started an apocalypse and thinks he has the right to talk in riddles. Bitch, tell me if taxis are still a thing and Uber. For real, man. Poor boy. Yeah, he is tiredly accepting all this shit. TM. For real. These crepes are fucking good.
Merged into something entirely new. What? No, there's no way we could see it from here. We must still be 100 miles from the border, never mind London. You could see that tower from anywhere on Earth. And it can see you.
That is very unpleasant.
And if you walk towards it, eventually you'll get there. But you have to go through everything in between. You're being ominous again. Sorry.
Bad. Put your additional eyes away. Bad, John. No being creepy. You're being ominous again. Fucking iconic. I love this.
What do you mean, everything? What's out here? Nightmares. Come on, that trench is our first. What trench? Where did that... Why is that here? In the world as was, we wouldn't be too far from Kinloss Barracks. So instead we get the trench. How do you know all this stuff? Not sure. I just do.
First, we have to go through Scotland. First, our first challenge, Scotland. Scotland forever. Yeah. They're actually just going to meet up with Soap McTavish. It's fine. It's so cool. I feel like Soap would probably do pretty good in the apocalypse. It's torrential time. That has no right being as funny as it is. That's fucking funny.
I'm scared. Yes. That's the idea.
Did they actually just go into a fucking war? That was so funny. That had no right being as fucking funny as it was. Bagpipes continue aggressively. Fuck, I'm crying. That's so funny. That entire sequence was just Ooh. Ah, yes. It's oh yeah, this episode with the most swears of any. They're fighting the Scottish. Fuck, okay. I didn't even get to process the fact that Martin's just in the background going, shit, 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 shit. Because I was too... I was still trying to come to terms with oh god, that's a nice fucking image, isn't it? Jesus. I got that double chin going on today. Oh. It's just the bag. It's the bagpipes, and then him going, "Yep, come on," and then it's just like bagpipes intensifies with guns, like. That was quite funny. And then oh god, I want to hear that again.
I'm scared.
Oh yeah, also the deadpan I'm scared, just yep. What else is fucking new?
That's the idea.
Two queers in the war. I'm fucking losing. just John going, it's okay, and Martin going, it's fucking. It's not okay. Fuck! Why is that so fucking? That's really fucking funny. Oh shit.
Fine. How about you? You're not hurt? No. Good.
Hang on. I like to imagine they're specifically running from someone who isn't actively fighting, but it's just aggressively playing bagpipes. Oh fuck. Oh my god, I'm fucking sweating. Oh shit. Now that I have that mental image in my head, I just can't let it go. Just really take a minute to like two queers running through the trenches, running away from an aggressive bagpipe playing Scottish man. Extra points if it's not an actual man, it's just like some weird entity that got a hold of some bagpipes and thought these are pretty neat. I'ma scare the shit out of some people with them. Yeah. It's people trying to shoot the fucking bag so that they can't play anymore. Oh my god. Tears. Fuck, that's so funny.
John, we're not alone. Ignore them, they're not. Just ignore them. They're not real? Well, they're real. They were normal people before me. But now they're here, meat for the grinder. I just mean there's no point talking to them. Don't be a prick, John. Hey, I'm sorry about him. He's going through a lot. Well, we all are, I suppose, but well, I guess. Hello? They won't hear you, Martin. They're all too busy waiting to die. John. They sit here. The image of everyone they hold dear locked in their mind.
Statement of John Smith regarding an immortal. Spooky, you are on game today. That's fucking funny. I'm still shit. I know this is meant to be horror. I know this is meant to be scary because this is like our first experience with the post-apocalypse world of fears just riddled everywhere. But so far, all that's happened is there's been a lot of bagpipes and a lot of John and Martin desperately trying to run away from bagpipes with an occasional gunshot. It's just, in my head, I'm also imagining that it's like a really vintage war scene. Like, they don't have proper high quality guns. They've got like old style, like rifles and whatnot. And it's just a bunch of men in old kilt, like armory stuff. I'll go back. No, please don't. Honestly, I haven't laughed like this in so. That's just, it's too good. It's and so you've just got these two very queer, very raggedy looking research type folk with no war skills, mind you, right? We have we have a skinny legend, also known as John, who is who is literally just hungry TM. We have his kind and accepting boyfriend who probably has never seen the inside of a gym. And that's not an insult to him, because honestly, gyms are terrifying. Against a bunch of kilt-wearing Scottish men with guns and bagpipes. And now they're just talking to... I don't even know who they're talking to. It's like, I can't take it seriously because we started with like the fucking funniest thing we possibly could have. If they wanted me to be like, oh shit, war, they shouldn't have played the fucking bagpipes. I apologize. Okay. This is serious. I'm so serious all the fucking time. Ignore them. They're not just ignore them. They're not real. Well, they're real. They were normal people before, but now they're here, meat for the grinder. I just mean there's no point talking to them. Don't be a prick, John. So, they won't hear you, Martin. They're all too busy waiting to die. Jesus. All right. We're back in Serious Town. I hope I didn't scare off the new guy, Troinks. Oh no, Troinks. You redacted your messages. No. Troinks, we're a very accepting community. Please don't feel like you can't talk. We're all nice here. We're all a bit weird. You'll fit right in. Anyway.
Knowing they'll never sit here. The image of everyone they hold dear locked in their mind. Knowing they'll never see them again. Waiting for the order. Dreading the bullet or the drone or the barbed wire that will tear them to shreds and leave them nothing but a bloody... John, enough! Please don't tell me these things.
Oh, shit. God damn.
I'm sorry. There's just so much. There's so much, Martin, and I know all of it. I can see all of it, and it's filling me up. I need to let it out. I'm sorry, but tough. Okay, that's not what I'm here for.
Man really said, that sucks for you, but I'm not your fucking therapist. But also, I do feel for John. John is literally in his worst fucking nightmare right now because he's literally surrounded by tasty fear. And he has no outlet. The only person he can talk to is Martin. And Martin doesn't want to hear that shit. Because to be quite honest with you, who the fuck would? I mean, I really don't think anyone would want to hear that shit. But, you know. Honestly, boundaries. Yeah. You know what? I so respect that even in a fear world apocalypse, rip to you, but I'm built different. Martin really said that's a you problem, sis. Fuck. Okay, no, this is really serious. They're in the war. It's very serious. There's a war. Yeah. Okay.
I can't be that for you. I just can't. I know. I'll use the tape recorder. You probably want to wait outside.
In the war.
No?
Oh, the difference between those two sentences. Which ones? Are you talking about Blackbird and Spooky, or are you talking about Martin and John? You're gonna have to be more specific here. Oh shit, I have it on top chat again. There we go. Hopefully that will allow things to... Yeah, oh my god, I missed some... I'm so sorry, I missed some of your messages because it was on top chat, not live chat. Honestly, boundaries are needed sometimes. Rip to you, but I'm built different. Those... You said the fucking cut to that. I like... Yeah, All right, cool, I'm caught up. God, that's so fucking annoying. It's just a shame that Troink disappeared, but that's okay. I love it. It was like, you might want to wait outside. Well, there's literal gunfire. My mind's like, no. Obviously not. You dumb bitch.
I'll use the tape recorder. You probably want to wait outside. No?
The bagpipe got Troink.
Put your fingers in your ears, then, I suppose.
I feel bad for Troinks. I hope that Troinks isn't still here and thinks we're bullying them. We're not bullying you. This is initiation. Don't want to hear about the war? That's okay. Go be in it, John. For real, John is like... honestly, bless Martin, because he is so fucking patient. I mean... How he's able to just let all this shit is just crazy. Like, damn. Also, my hair looked boring as fuck, and I'm hot. Hello. My t-shirt came off too. That's fine. You got to see my cool binder. Look, it's got mesh on the sides, so I can breathe. How sick is that? So I'm not as sweaty and hot and gross.
Fine, and what about them? They don't even know we're here. We're not part of their nightmare. Right. Martin? Martin, I hate your tea and wish you made coffee instead. Right then.
I love that was the line he used to make sure Martin couldn't hear him. Martin, I hate your tea and I wish you'd make coffee instead. Can you imagine Martin in the corner? He can actually hear him and he's just like... He says the meanest things. Like, he's just silently crying. He's like, but I don't... Yeah, I feel like what they should do is they should go to literally any convenience store and just find a pair of noise-cancelling headphones. Or just imagine them into existence. I mean, that would work too. That better not be true, John. Yeah, no, it's probably not. Let's be honest. John's body is so frail that if he drank a cup of coffee, he'd probably vibrate and cease to exist. Ooh, Lon messaged me. Shut up. They said, true, though I'd be worried if I was like, hey, what you up to? And you went, oh, I listened to some music whilst I was stabbing. Yeah, but then I get the joy of explaining that I'm stabbing fabric and not flesh. Adds a bit of thrill to the day-to-day chit-chat. Shut the fuck up, Spooky! Leave me alone! Fuck you, man. Listen! Listen, okay? Just listen to the fucking episode.
There is a wound in the earth. A bayonet gouge scored through the soft and sodden mud for uncounted.
When did these statements become so fucking poetic? Like, they used to just be like, so I was, in the car, and they just explain it like a normal person. Now it's just like poetry entries. Creepy entries, but poetry nonetheless.
Miles, a trench that marks the front line of a war that has no name. It has always been raging deep in the hearts of the powerful and those that thirst to see bodies piled high in their name. And now it has a battleground. 1,000 pointless conflicts and bitter stalemates stitched together like a triaged chest wound. It is a butchered border, a thin and punctured membrane between the unending meat grinder and the terrified victims it longs for. You may find...
I'll be honest, when you said meat grinder the first time, like they're just meat for the grinder at the beginning, I was like, oh, we've just casually swindled from war into the meat. Okay, cool. We went from war to the flesh real fucking fast, but all right, sure. I don't know how those two are connected, but that's fine. Listen to this the night before a history test specifically about wars. Can you imagine the shit I wrote? For real, the poetic. Your marker must have been reading it going, this is fucking beautiful.
This trench reaching all across the world, and it will never stop, never be satisfied, never think of peace. Charlie stands there, waiting in a transport. Once, it was a thin metal landing craft, drifting slowly through a fetid lake. The waters were red and black by turns with blood and oil and the floating bodies of those before them that were pushed aside by the boat's weight.
Jesus.
Next to him, Charlie saw Ryan, who he'd known since childhood, though the other details were hazy. Ryan gave him a thumbs up and an encouraging smile, before his face exploded inwards to a sniper's bullet, peppering the boat with shards of bone and gore.
Oh.
Charlie swallowed, and waited as the bullets kept coming and those around him died but did not fall, propped up as they were by the pressing mass of people around them. He could not move, and as he waited for the shot that would take him, his legs fell away in fear. Now he is in a helicopter, strapped in tight and unable to move. The man in the gunner's chair is dead, bound limp in his seat harness, half his jaw gone.
Oh, God.
The thump, thump, thump of the rotors pulses through Charlie like a toothache, and he cannot hear the shouts and cries of his comrades.
Charlie's going through
He
it.
looks out of the side as a telltale line of smoke arcs up and around towards them from the scorched earth far below. He cannot hear his own scream. He lies upon the ground, amid the twisted wreckage of whatever he was trapped in, feeling the jagged shards of broken bone dig into him. Charlie looks up and sees something floating there silently. It is sleek and merciless, its featureless carbon fiber face regarding the shattered man dispassionately. The drone's camera blinks once, twice, as he tries desperately to crawl away, pain lancing through every part of him. The thing makes no sound as it follows him, matching the excruciating pace of the bleeding soldier. Charlie knows when it decides to fire, he won't even hear it. He places his hand down and it sinks suddenly into the mud. He cries out as the rusted barbed wire curls itself eagerly around his wrist, digging into his skin. Tasting fear, more wire slithers through the churned earth towards him, stretching and gripping him tight, rough needles puncturing his legs and chest and throat, pulling him down and holding him steady as the drone lingers.
Oh.
Its blankness giving no hint of the thoughts behind its trigger.
Oh.
There is a rumbling in the earth around him as a tank speeds along its unstoppable path, and Charlie is immediately pulled under its tread.
Oh.
He has a moment of shocked horror before being reduced to a smear in the mud.
Oh.
Inside the tank, Ishan screams.
Rip Charlie, I guess. Shit. And who the fuck is in the truck? Isan?
Ishan remembers.
Oh, Ishan.
He was promised valor and camaraderie and the chance to be part of something meaningful. He knew that part had been a lie, but then...
I didn't think he was going to make it. I just didn't know he was going to go out so fucking brutally. I mean, Charlie survived the snipers. Then the wire got him. It was out for blood. But then that's not even the thing that killed him. He just got run over. That's fucking brutal. Going through all that shit and then just getting totaled by a fucking tank. Not even getting shot by the tank. Literally being run over by the tank. Fucking brutal. Yeah, you sound like you've been to war. Jesus, Blackbird. You all right? Do you need someone to talk to? If you do, make sure it's not Martin. He ain't the one. This is true, but I thought we were talking about war. Though, I suppose everything's kind of merging together. No, not been to war. All right. It's just the way you said it sounded like you were some, like, old veteran, like, yeah, that's war, right? And I was like, Jesus, Blackbird, you good, bro? Hang on, I'm going to grab another Coke. And maybe get my dinner draining. What am I going to have for dinner? Who the fuck knows? I'm sure you don't. That would require me to have forethought. And I've never had a thought in my life. Not a single one. I've had anti-thoughts where the absence of thought was so great that it simply defied the possibility of thoughts completely. That's always fun. This meal is frozen, which means it's going to have to defrost so it can sit defrosting in the open air while I sit. Blackbird over here experience. Yeah, I kind of realised how it sounded when I posted Blackbird over here experiencing flashbacks. Stands in place staring into the distance while I hear the sound of bagpipes and gunfire all around. Yeah, I've been to war. That's war, all right. Truly iconic. Honestly love that. War is hell. Brilliant. Oh, God. I got a bloody splitting headache. It just came on. Whew. We good. Came in, shot me mentally. Let go. There we go. Sorry, I needed the charger. Hell is other people. All right. Carrying on then with Ishan. Ishan is screaming in a tank that's just run over Charlie. Rip Charlie.
So was the
Rest in
choice.
peace, brother.
His alternative was stagnant poverty, and that was really no choice at all. The money would help his family, and he could spend some years in hell if he needed to.
Men at war, they draft the poor.
But he didn't know about this war that had always been raging and would never stop. How could he have known what the trench would be? They had taken him, dragged him from the flooded foxhole where he had sheltered for a moment's brief respite, and taken him to the tanks. Those monstrous beasts of iron that rolled forever forward, guns firing and treads leaving the earth scarred in their wake. They pass above the trench again and again, and they never turn around, pushing onward, ever onwards, the bones that stick in their gears not slowing them for a moment.
That is very
Ishan had been
unfortunate.
afraid, terrified that they were going to strap him to it, pin him to the Goliath's hull like all the other flayed flags of war, striking fear into the hearts of the enemy. But instead they fed him to it, tossed him into its burning innards and sealed the hatch behind him. Now his body has contorted itself to fit. His fingers clutched around the firing lever, pulling it frantically as the only thing that will reduce the impossible heat even for a moment.
Oh,
The
shit.
tiny slit in the metal, he can see other soldiers, baby-faced friends, and the monstrous, pig-faced enemy, both falling beneath his iron coffin's advance. He tries to cry, but his tears turn to steam. He waits,
He's just
craving and dreading the final kiss
he
of
just
the bombs.
straight up turned into a machine. That's crazy. We're gonna light some incense. I don't claim the negative energy from this shit. Just gonna cleanse my phone there. Oh fuck. I make myself chuckle. I really do. Okay. Probably can't. Oh, you can see the smoke a little bit over here. Alright. Well. We've got some slightly better aura going on. Cleanse the phone from this.
Thundering guns so far away that none have ever seen them, raining their arbitrary ruin upon the endless fields of the dead and dying. They are perhaps the only thing that can fell the tanks, splitting them like rotten fruit beneath the force of their rounds. Ishan begs.
Thank you, Rose. I really needed all this bagpipey negative energy. Yeah. Whenever you hear the bagpipes, you gotta whip out the incense. You can't just tolerate that shit. Absolutely not.
Pleading with whatever god of hatred and pain he hears piping gently on the breeze to let the bombs rain down on him, to release him from his imprisonment in a single flash of destruction. But when his prayer is answered, the white-hot agony of melted and crumpled metal is like nothing he could dream of. When Hosanna takes him into triage, she can barely bring herself to look at him. She wheels his stretcher to its place in the stinking, vaulted tent that serves as a field hospital, walking through a sea of stained bandages and around the piles of festering gauze. She leaves the shuddering man and approaches a nearby doctor, its long form crouched over the open chest of a patient, its many hands a frenzy of scalpel, bone saw, and needle as it giggles beneath its surgeon's mask.
Oh! Brother, ugh! I'm sorry, the fucking what? I think not, thank you. That's foul. So we got the stranger in here performing surgery on these poor bastards. Ridiculous.
She wants to ask about the wounded, about what to do, where to put the new ones, how to help them. But even if her voice were not drowned out by the 1,000-strong chorus of moans and pained yelling that fills the tent, the doctor doesn't seem to notice her. Hasana's eyes fall on the entrance to the tent, and she sees the line of civilians stretching away into the distance. They are no less maimed, their agonies no more bearable, but there is simply no room. She tries to apologize, but instead...
Imagine the day of the apocalypse ritual. You're chilling and then boom, the trench awaits. Oh yeah, I literally cannot think of anything more fucking jarring. I think at that point I'd just shoot myself. Like, I don't think I'd be brave. All right, I would not do well in war. I was not made for war. If I found myself in the trenches, I'd just shoot myself. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. I ain't a brave bitch. I'm not dealing with that. There is a reason I was born with so many mental disabilities. It's because this body was not made for the war. It was not made for this shit, okay?
She closes the tent. As she does,
Just gonna cleanse you, Spooky, because absolutely not bringing that fucking energy to me right now. No fucking thank you. You say it like that would help you. What? With the full stop as well is fucking brutal. No, I cleansed your demented ass. Don't hit me with the doppelganger smiley face. The power of sage compels you, bitch. Widdly woo. Demented, not you. It's like a tiny wand. It does smell really nice, though. It smells of smoke. Y'all with your with your fucky ass doppelganger looking emoticons. I can't. I don't know what I did to deserve this shit. I give you regular content. I spread love and acceptance. And what do I get in return? I get doppelganger emoticons.
though she sees the trench behind her and, not for the first time, Hasana considers trying to run. But there is no mercy for deserters here. On one side of the trench, the hungry guns of the vile enemy wait. And on the other, the just guns of heroes will cut you down no slower, save perhaps a breath to call you coward. So she waits there, in the middle, with the weeping wounded and the soon-to-be dead, waiting for the enemy to overrun them.
That's horrifying.
Sometimes, in the distance, Hasana sees them, the enemy, their skin rough, dark and scaly, their faces twisted around cruel tusks, viciously sharpened teeth, and a pair of beady red eyes.
Are your enemies fucking minotaurs? What the fuck? What the shit is that? Brother, what the fuck?
Their lips are smeared crimson with the blood of children, and their greatest delight is to pluck the eyes of the innocent with their bayonets.
Oh.
To call them monsters is the simple truth. They feel no pain, no remorse, and seek nothing but carnage.
I see.
Sometimes, in the distance, Hasana can even see an enemy triage tent, almost identical in appearance to her own. She can only imagine the atrocities that must take place inside. Far in the distance, she sees Alexei look out over the battlefield, and her stomach turns at the...
Also, I feel the need to point out, can anyone else hear the random man in the background going, ah! Ah! Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's ah. I can't unhear it. I can't escape this now.
Detestable wrongness of his face. Alexei in turn looks out from deep in the trench. He catches sight of the enemy, their shriveled, rat-like heads causing the bile to rise in his throat.
Wait, I thought they had horns.
He is bored. The boredom is the worst part, the part that erodes his will and drops him to despair. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be.
It's the bagpipe man after being shot. That's why the bagpipe stopped playing. They fucking got him, boys. Oh shit, that's really funny. Also, I am curious because back in the day, you used to have like people that did all of that shit. Like their whole thing was, oh, we like sing the songs of war. Were they just like no touch territory? Was that like their whole thing? Like the opposition wouldn't kill them even if they saw them because it was like, nah, man, they're the musicians. They're the background noise. Was it like an unwritten agreement? I don't know. Because I mean, that would be a pretty good job to have in the war if you had to have one.
The only thing to occupy his mind is the inevitability of the next attack, the next...
They have their special wars against other war musicians. What's the point of killing your enemies if you don't have a dope backing track? Oh, God. On the subject of war, I really don't like war movies. Battle of the Bands. That's really good. Yeah, I don't really like war movies. I find them really depressing and just sad and boring and just miserable. And it's like, why the fuck would I want to watch that? Do you know what I mean? Like, there are some people who seem to just really love like war movies. And in my head, I'm like, are you just trying to feel something? Like, what are you gaining from this? Because the story is never exactly massively unique, other than something like Warhorse, for example, which has a different perspective. But even that one was a bit hard for me. Yeah. Like, I watched Warhorse, but I mainly watched it for the horse. Like, the actual war bit was just kind of a necessity to watch the horses, you know? But there are so many war movies. And it's just like, I literally don't get it. I cannot comprehend it. And I just wonder if it's like a man thing. And that might be super stereotypical of me. But it's like, there must be a small price to pay for horse. Just horse. Just horse. Not horses, just horse. There must be a demographic for this shit, because otherwise there wouldn't be so many war movies. And there are plenty of war movies. So then it's like, well, who the fuck is watching these, you know, often enough to validate the continued creation of new war movies? So by that logic, oh, no, bit too low. Yeah, there we go. By that logic, it's like, well, I mean, who is watching them? Because it sure as shit ain't me. I have a feeling it's just like, I just don't get it. Like, it's just, I don't know, miserable. But anyway.
Order to charge the next dropping bomb. There is no way to know when and where these things will come. But no one will talk of anything.
War movies aren't really my thing, but I really like TMA's version of war and the slaughter in general. Yeah, I like how I can appreciate how overwhelming it is, but maybe it's just like an avoidance thing for me, because in my head I'm just kind of like, I just don't want to be here. Like I'm not sad nor scared. I'm just fucking depressed. This is just depressing. You know that whole like, oh, there's just the hopelessness of it's the hopelessness of war that pisses me off, or at least makes it very unappealing to me. Where it's just like there literally just does not seem to be winning. Because it's like, even if your side of the war wins, it's like, yes, but half your friends are dead, you're traumatized for life, and you have murdered people for the sake of your country. And because it was for the sake of your country, it's fine, according to the law. Like, yay, some people whom you've never met nor will ever meet nor actually care about you, got to fight out their little internal competition about their country, and you sacrifice for it. It just doesn't make any war just doesn't make sense to me. Which sounds naive, I'm sure, but it really just doesn't make any fucking sense. I can appreciate them once in a while, but not my go-to sort of film, at least not where the war itself is the focus. I'm trying to think of one where I didn't mind it. I don't know. War it's always because it's like, oh, these leaders, like, oh, they're fighting, so we have to fight on their behalf. It's like, no, get in a ring, square up. Fucking, why are you getting me involved? I don't care. If you want to have a fight amongst yourselves. Why the fuck do I have to die? Because you guys can't decide whether or not this piece of land should be yours or yours. Like, I don't give a shit. Figure it out amongst yourselves. Don't get me involved. Yes, I hadn't thought of that, but yes, the Imitation Game. I really do like the Imitation Game. Fucking love it. Never got country loyalty in general. Calm down, mate. I just live here. That is such a fucking mood, bro. Oh, shit. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I've just never gotten that whole thing. Like, I can understand it if it's like, oh, you're like defending another country because some other country is fighting with them, and out of solidarity, you're like, I'll support you. Like, that's great. But again, why the fuck am I getting involved? Get in a fucking ring and sort it out amongst yourselves. I just live here. If I had it my way, I would live in the woods in a lodge that I made of my own design, hunting with a bow and arrow like a fucking like Katniss Everdeen, and would just live in my little hut with my baby, and that would just be my life. I'd carve random trinkets for the fun of it, and that's it. Like, if I had my own fucking way, that's what I'd be doing. So if I'm being 100% real with you, I don't care if you're trying to get oil from the Middle East and they won't let you. What? Like, I don't fucking care, bro. World leader boxing matches to determine trade agreements and the sort. Exactly. You fucking get it, Blackbird. That's what I want. That's what I need. All right. Fuck Mike Tyson versus whichever Paul brother it was. Fuck that shit. Give me like Rasputin versus fucking someone else. I don't know. I'm terrible at history. Or just two. That's really funny. It'd be like the cabinet meetings from Hamilton. Listen, okay? I know Rasputin is dead. I am aware of that fact because he died like a fucking legend. I literally could not think of any world leaders. And Rasputin is the only word that came to my mind, okay? I'm sorry. I am sorry. I didn't do history. I don't give a shit about anything that isn't ancient Greece, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know epic rap battles of history. George Washington, fascist, King George, begin. That would be good. We had one of those last time, didn't we? Epic rap battles. Anyways,
Anything else?
back to fucking. You know what? I didn't even have Hamilton in mind, but maybe Lin-Manuel Miranda was onto something. I think he was, honestly.
His stomach.
Anyway, back to the fucking trenches. Yay.
And no one will talk of anything else. His stomach growls, the hunger pushing its sharp fingers out from his belly. There are no more rations, and what there is tastes of cordite and sand and coats his tongue in an oily film that makes him gag.
Ew.
He has heard the enemy will eat your body if they find it in the mud. They won't even check if you're dead first. Alexei shudders at the thought. From far down the trench, a cry of panic cuts through the silence. A faint haze can be seen in the distance, moving with the breeze. A new weapon? Alexei feels his knees start to buckle as he sees his comrades stagger out of the cloud. Their melting teeth flow down their faces like tears, and their limbs begin to fold and collapse as the bones within them liquefy. He turns and starts to flee down the trench. There is no cruelty so foul the enemy will not perpetrate it. He runs almost headfirst into a portly man in a tailored suit, with a blood-red flower on his lapel. He smiles, pale skin splitting beneath his bristling white moustache, and he begins to shake Alexei by the hand. "Good lad," he says. "Good lad. Heroes one and all. A noble sacrifice." Alexei starts to speak, to say he doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't want to be a sacrifice. He wants to go home.
So
But the
fucking
man
fair.
with the flower reaches his hand into the soldier's chest, and with a single, jolly motion, plucks out Alexei's heart and places it in his wallet. Next to his bleeding corpse, Charlie wakes from what passes for sleep in this place. A sergeant is yelling at him, screaming for him to take his gun and get into the waiting transport.
Oh shit, is Charlie
There's
still
about to be
alive?
another attack, and heavy losses are expected.
Is Charlie alive? Jesus Christ. Wow, there really is no happy ending. Jesus.
A familiar fear courses through him, but Charlie still picks up his gun and goes back to the war.
Feel better?
End recording. All done? Yes. Good.
Feel better? Oh, the fucking bagpipes.
Yeah.
Not the sass in the middle of the fucking wall whilst bagpipes play in the background. That's too fucking funny, bro.
Oh, hey. John, did you... No, he was carrying his. All right. What are you doing here? It's dangerous. Could get yourself blown up like all these poor... Who do you think they were?
People.
Really don't see why we couldn't just go round, picked a better place to... I guess there aren't really any better places anymore, are there?
Nope.
It's all this, or worse, or different.
Where the hell are they?
You still haven't told me what you're doing here.
It co-
John? John, the payphone, that's here for some reason. It's ringing. John, is that... Is anyone going to get that? Unless it's for me?
Don't pick it up.
Yeah, it's for me.
Don't pick it up.
No, I don't think so, actually. Thanks, but that sounds like a really terrible idea.
Atta fucking boy. Attaboy. Finally, some common sense in this bitch asshole. Jesus. It took us 163 episodes to get there, but finally a shred of commonality has finally made itself present. A random phone box starts ringing. Martin doesn't pick it up because Martin's not a fucking dumbass. Also, where is John? John is being unnervingly silent throughout all of this. And also, I love Martin actively talking to the record player, thinking that it's going to respond to him. Like, my guy, I appreciate that they act kind of like sentient beings, but it doesn't have a mouth. It's a cassette tape. It cannot talk to you. Yeah, that sounds like something John would do, because John's a little bitch.
Well, all right then. Martin, you need to keep up. It's not safe. Martin? You okay? There was a phone. That phone. It was ringing. Oh, right. Did you answer it? No. Probably for the best. Yeah.
That's so British. Yeah. Oh my god, this is literally just like, how would the British react to the Avengers? Yeah, sorry, I can't come in. The Hulk lifted up my car and used it as a fucking missile. Worst thing, he bloody missed. Yeah, so I can't come into work. Yeah, well, what do you want me to do about it? There are robots surrounding my house. I ain't going out there unless you give me a pay rise. The bloody cheek of it. Yeah, that is absolutely how the British would react to anything. We've upgraded by one brain cell with this episode. We're now at like 3 collectively, which is so exciting. John has one of them, Martin has 2.
Let's keep going.
Well, that was fun. I seriously don't know what to make of any of this. Now, what's all this then? Listen, I would get mad at stereotyping if it wasn't so fucking accurate. Because that is exactly the kind of bullshit that we say. What's all this then? Honestly. Oh, okay, well, that was the bloody trenches. It was just as dreary and sad as I was expecting something about the trenches to be. I think, to be honest, aside from... It's funny because actually, whilst I've really enjoyed the war statements, I think overall it's one of my least favorite fears, just because I find war very unappealing as a concept in general. Not in a fearful way, but it literally does nothing for me in any way, shape, or form. Like, for some people it seems to be some, like it's some big old thing. And they're like, oh, but like country and shit. And I'm like, why would I fucking care, bro? I don't know. But anyway, that was interesting. I liked Martin's entire reaction to all of it, which was in the trenches just going shit, 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 shit. Then when John tries to info dump, he's like, that's not my job, sis. And then literally sat there for like 20 minutes with his fucking thumbs in his ears. So that he was like, I ain't doing this shit. Not the fuck today. You should really buy some sound cancelling headphones. I think it would bring him much joy. And then afterwards, I guess they were walking through like a river or something. I don't know. I mean, obviously they were walking through water, but like, it just sounded weird. It sounded like, I don't know, like walking through a marsh or something. And then hearing the fucking phone ring and going, nah, I'm not going to answer that. I don't think that's a good idea. And then explaining the exact thing that happened to John, and then John going, probably for the best, and him going, yeah, probably. It was, I'm trying to take this seriously because I am aware of the fact that there is a literal apocalypse going on. However, it is not my fault that our protagonists have been known to, on occasion, treat it like it's just another bloody Tuesday. Just imagine an endless marsh of corpses with a single pristine phone. Is that what it is? It's like a marsh. Is it a marsh of corpses? Because that's fucked. That's fucked up. And it makes the image even fucking funnier because the fact that Martin is just so chill about it, and he's literally walking through the marshy corpses of fallen soldiers, and is just like, nah, I don't think I'm going to answer that. Probably for the best. Yeah, probably. It's just infinitely funnier. I thought they were actually walking, or just marsh with many corpses in it. Yeah, I mean, it's still fucking funny. The idea is literally just walking around corpses and being so chill. They are so desensitized to everything. These poor bastards. All right. Midstream break. I'm going to go to the toilet. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a second. Toodaloo. What did I miss? So how's everyone else doing? Pretty good. I just ate a jug of gravy like it was soup. You? Spooky, what the fuck, man? Had a rough week, but I'm doing alright. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, Marie. Nice. I'm good, just cooking dinner. The nice was to Spooky. Oh, I see. After that, I had a rough week. Nice. I'm sorry it's not been great. I doubt it, seeing as we're just... Aw. Squishes all round, guys. Squish, squish, squish. Hey, don't diss the gravy. Shit slaps. Listen, Justin seems to be on your side, but listen, okay? What possessed you to drink it like soup? That's all I really need to know, because that doesn't seem like a good idea. I just can't see the appeal of eating gravy like that. Personally, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm in the minority here, feeling like that. But that's just how I feel. My meal is defrosting incredibly slowly. Tis a very sad shame. God, I'm all chilly again now. Oh, I love the winter. I love when it gets cold. I'm such a cold person. I love the cold. Yeah, so the reason why my lights are off is I had bought it to make a roast, but everything else went out of date, so I like gravy. Honestly, just catching this... Oh, Marie! Squishes! That's so cute! It made my day too, seeing you. Really? I personally have had gravy more than that, but that is... Wow. You know what? That's surprisingly impressive to have only had gravy twice in your life. I don't think there's any food I've only... Other than foods that are foreign and, you know, came from, like, really far off places that I don't have direct access to. I don't think there's any foods that I've only ever eaten twice in my life. That's false. I've only had rice pudding twice, and both times I went... So, you know, I would like to stick it to twice, because rice pudding fucking sucks. I'm sorry, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense. It is lumpy, it tastes as shit. It's like porridge if porridge was wrong. Is my humble opinion on rice pudding. I just don't fucking like it, bro. Thank you, Spooky. It's nice to be advocated for. Also, I feel like it's really on brand that the incense ran out as we finished that episode. That's so wig. But yeah, I am amicably neutral. You know what? That is also fair. Do you know what I could really go for? And I keep thinking about it. Oh my god! Oh, that's sick. Sorry, this is completely off subject, but look at this. Look how fucking sick that is, bro. Oh my god, I want that. Oh my god, I fucking want that. Yes. Oh, it's sick, bro. Yeah, but I don't think it's like official Lego. I think it's like off-brand Lego. But I don't give a shit. I love off-brand Lego. I love off-brand Lego. Oh man. They got a whole bunch of Studio Ghibli. I love Studio Ghibli. I bought, or is it that mini model from? Well, I imagine it would come with instructions. And I don't know exactly who made it. I just saw it and was like, that's fucking legendary. I mean, it just looks so cool. I think the store is called Kawaii Side. Let's look. Creative gifts. None of these are creative. Where's my fucking Lego? Give me my Lego right now before I lose my shit. I gotta go all the bloody way back. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Fucking hell, 105 quid. Shit. That's bloody expensive. I could probably find something on Amazon. Anyway, it's just cool. Ooh. I have a workshop I could go to. Come along, create. Okay, well, shit. I guess I'm going to that. I love Legos, even if they're not official Legos. Legos just the best. I even have some behind me. Right. That took a while to lean. Sorry, I got distracted. I can't even remember what I was going to say before I got distracted by the Lego. You know what? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Because we're out. Oh God. The next one is called The Sick Village. Yeah, I just. It's going to be all like pestilence and stuff. I mean, it's going to be great, but it's going to be, ooh, you know, it's going to be, yeah, oh boy. Oh, that's what I forgot to get from the shop. I forgot to get strawberries. Silly me. I'll get them next time. Oh boy. All right, everyone's strapped in. Everyone ready to rumble. All right. Thank you, Justin.
There is a place beyond.
I vividly remember this one. Oh, great. Well, if it scarred you, I'm sure I'll be fine. Oh, God.
Episode 164. The Sick Village.
How does he manage to make every title sound absolutely terrifying, even when it's like takeaway? That's still my favorite. The fact that I could make it stop just before he said takeaway. It was like, hey, what do you want to get tonight? Takeaway. It's still my favorite one. Because rarely when you click on it, does it just give you the title? It will say like on the transcript. Because on the transcript, let's say, for example, I click here.
Episode 100.
It starts playing there, right? And obviously, normally it considers the episode bit and the title bit one sentence because he says it in quick succession. So rarely can you just get him to say the title over and over again. So with the takeaway one, it was just iconic.
The Sick Village.
I will not comment on that. Thank you,
There
Marie.
is the
It's just the passive buzzing of flies is just. I too enjoy singing along to the spooky music. I like to imagine that wherever we are, we're all just looking at our screens going, "Ah!" like some weird homing missile call or some shit.
sickness in this village.
Well, shit, there we go. Title. Cue credits. You already said it. We're 1 fucking second in.
Would not see it from a distance, and the faint sting of rot on the breeze is easy enough to dismiss. But as you get closer, that infectious feeling of wrongness is harder and harder to shake.
Oh, lovely.
The grass is not the green of nature. The buildings are warped by more than age.
What kind of
The
green is
voices
it?
that come from behind the inhabitants' masks are hoarse and wet. They move with exaggerated casualness, a parody.
I like to imagine that he's just sat in like the town square of this fucking village, right? With his cassette tape, looking like what could be generously described as a recently mummified corpse, just spitting these straight up insults about this village. Just being like, this village is sick. The smell of rot, the emptiness behind their smiles. It's hard to see until you're up close. And there's just people walking by like, well, fuck you too, buddy. Jeez. Shit, I don't see you trying to make light of a situation. Fuck off if my smile's a bit empty. The world's gone to shit. Fuck you, man. God. Fucking judgmental arsehole. That's what I'm imagining, is because there's like sounds around him of people talking and shit. So it sounds like he's just like in the middle of town, just spitting straight disses about this fucking place. It would be even better if this was like a farming village. So it's like, there's a man next to me. He's not sick. He's just ugly. Now he looks offended and ugly. Bitch. I sure hope this episode wasn't posted during the... Oh my god, was it? No! That's so bad! Oh, no! Tell me you're fucking joking. Oh my god, it fucking was! No! That's so... That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. There's two ways I see this situation, right? One of them is John wrote this episode and then was like, oh yeah, there's a disclaimer at the start saying we did not know this would happen. We wrote, yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. That he was like, shit, we've already written the fucking episode. Like, we have to publish something. Like, it's just really unfortunate timing. And so it was like, shit, we have to fucking post the sick village in the middle of the pandemic. Or, and this is obviously the one which is funnier, but also is not the case. He was like, all right, people aren't taking the distancing shit seriously, so I'm going to post the saltiest, most jaded fucking episode, basically passive aggressively calling out all the people that won't just stay indoors because suddenly they're adamant that they've got to be outside for no fucking reason. Unlike previous seasons, he wrote 5 way in advance. I wonder why. Do you think it was just like it was one of those instances where it was like writing the ending before the beginning kind of thing? All corruption, extinction, and lonely episodes have been cancelled because of COVID. Sorry, everyone. They pulled a Simpsons with the fucking lonely, the extinction scare, and then this. Jesus. Because so far, let's just fucking, there is a sickness in this village. Perhaps you would not see it from a distance, and the faint sting of rot on the breeze is easy enough to dismiss, but as you get closer, the infectious feeling of wrongness is harder and harder to shake. Yikes! The grass is not the green of nature. The buildings are warped by more than age, and the voices that come from behind the inhabitants' masks are hoarse and wet. They move with exaggerated casualness, a parody of idyllic village life. Shit, so they're wearing masks as well? There's no fucking way he didn't write this before COVID. Like, they're all wearing, like, the masks? Or, like, is he saying the masks as in, like, they're hiding their true feelings, like, behind a mask? Or is he saying the masks, like, you know? I need answers on that one, because there is no fucking way that he didn't put that detail in following COVID. Because mask culture has never really been a thing in England other than, like, you know, medical people. Like in like Japan and stuff, it's very normal to, if you've got a bug, you wear a face mask to basically protect other people from catching what you have. Yeah, it's just an entire village of plague masks. We don't know how they got them, but they all just woke up with a plague mask. Woo! Honestly, that would be so fucking fun. I kind of want to buy a plague mask just because they're so badass. I want to get a full one, and I also want to get one that's just the beak, because I just think they look so fucking cool, man. And like the thick leather, and it's just like, I'm sure they're very hard to breathe in, but I want one nonetheless. I wish it had been the standard. Yeah, I mean, that's why there was all that whole like, oh, you can't expect me to wear a mask. I can't fucking breathe. But then in places like Japan, they were like, so wear a mask. Okay. We do that already, but all right. That we can do that. Cool. You know? Because like they actually take illness seriously, whereas in most Western countries, it's like you just walk it off, bitch. Go to work with a cold. Like it doesn't matter that you've got tonsillitis. Come in for this in-person meeting. It could have been the standard, but we were cowards held back by the opinions of society. Yeah, like so you know. Face masks were just not really a thing. So there's no way in hell he didn't add that detail after the fact. Because it's not really British culture to wear masks when you're sick. It is now. Well, actually, no, it's not. I wear masks when I'm sick because I don't want to make everyone else sick. And I'm actually, you know, somewhat of a considerate person. But, you know, we shall never know Johnny's twisted intentions. That sounds like what we were saying was so much deeper than the face masks. Oh, that's fucking funny, Marie.
Idyllic village life. And when they have a break from weeping, they reassure each other how wonderful it is in their village. Or at least how wonderful it used to be.
Man is literally sat in a park dissing this entire village for being miserable. Oh shit, are you dying, Vector? Hang on, baby, I got you. Hang on. There you go. Night. Good night, baby boy. Sleep well. I love you. Vector can't see very well in the dark, so he couldn't find his home and was running out of battery rather quickly. So I had to intervene so that he didn't die. I saw his little red light and I was like, oh no, I'm coming, baby. Old man. He really is. But he's my baby boy and I love him. Yeah, he's really just like laying it on thick. He's like, this village is so rotten. The people in it are sad and sick, pretending everything's okay. And the people around him are like, could you pretend a little harder? Because you're really bringing down the vibe here, buddy. Like, you don't need to be a prick about it.
Each is covered from head to toe.
He's in a fucking duck.
Fabric.
He's by a duck
And
pond,
they
for
never,
fuck's sake.
Ever touch. Take a deep breath. The air feels thick and soupy in your lungs, swarming with 1,000 contagions digging into you, begging for you to join the village.
Do you think when he recorded this, he legitimately just went to a fucking park and just spewed into like a recorder? Because that would have been funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. That would have been so funny. Because can you imagine everyone's like, that guy is really fucking weird. That would be like, fun fact. I actually went to a fucking duck pond and recorded this, and the ducks happened to be super fucking loud that day. You know, for no good fucking reason. It's just the way it is, brother.
It's so quiet there, and everyone cares for each other, far from the din and compacted flesh of the city. In the centre, a maypole stands, mildewed strips of coloured cloth hanging limply from it like shreds of ragged skin.
Oh no.
The base of the pole is ashen and charred. The disease itself is nothing special. It begins as a small patch of discoloured skin, the tiniest blemish. Scrub it off and it is gone, for a few hours at least.
Oh.
But it returns again and again and begins to spread, a mould with tendrils that burrow deep. It ranges in colour from rancid yellow and corpse-fat white to the dull, angry purple of a fresh bruise. It itches and burns, and you can feel it growing and spreading inside you, looking for the core of you. At least until it worms its way into your bones.
Oh, nice.
Beneath the coat of each terrified citizen of this sick village lies a lurking possibility.
Pause. I need some thread. I need to fix a hole that has made itself apparent in my fucking trousers. I do it wonder. I'll have to color code it in here because it's too bloody dark in the other room. Sorry, colors. Just gotta be patient. You know what? That's really fucking close. We'll go with this. Here we are. I found an adequately. Oh, hi there, Vant. Nice to see you. I found this. It's relatively close. Doesn't look like it on camera, but it is.
A nightmarish suspicion of infectious constellations of hungry mildew, a mutating technical atlas of rotten and pockmarked flesh.
Yummy.
But who can know for sure? Their coats are oh so thick. There was never a time before the disease, no matter what the old bastards tell you. It has always been in the village, always festered in the dark corners where nobody could stomach to check, where good neighbours wouldn't dream to speculate. But those who live here will tell you different. From behind their masks, those friendly voices will tell you how it used to be, clean and hygienic and always bathed in sepia sunshine. They know in the guts of them this sickness has come from outside, that it is those from beyond the village that have done this to them. They brought it here, they whispered to each other in the unnamed pub, hunched and bloated over their pale and stinking beers, lifting their masks to take a mouthful, puce faces and frightened sneers exposed for just a moment. They couldn't leave us well enough alone. They wanted what we have, our perfect, peaceful life, and so they dragged their sickness here and damned us all. The patrons speak quietly, as who can say for certain whether the face behind a mask is a good, honest village face, or a sickness-bearing harbinger from beyond. And people do still come to the village, for however thick the paranoia, however terrible the disease, there are worse things beyond. They are stopped, of course, beaten and stripped and checked head to toe for signs of infection. The village council sees to that. Most are uncontaminated, though that does little to save them, while others are already laced right through with fungus of their own. A few are spared brutality, and treated with such cordial politeness you must have thought their inquisitors old friends. Though there seems on the surface no rhyme to such decisions, were you to look beneath the coats, you might see the patterns of their mould were matched.
Ew.
It is, alas, those who are unblemished that suffer worst. So incomprehensible is it that any from outside could be clean, that there might be another source or vector. The inspectors devise another theory. An invisible infection. 100 typhoid Marys spreading mildew and decay. They keep them in the post office, wrapped in chicken wire, prodded and jeered and watched. Should they begin to show signs of the rot, then maybe, just maybe, they can stay for now, though nobody will doubt that it was they that brought the illness. But if they stay clean, if they continue to act like they are better, like they are above the sickness that it is certain they must have brought to the village, then that cannot be endured. So they are taken to the village green, and the scorch marks at the base of the maypole get darker.
Oh shit.
The villagers stand on the green to watch, ignoring the bending of the grass as it tries to worm its way through their boots. They watch the screaming outsider as the fire purifies them,
Yikes,
and
bro.
inside feel the gnawing panic of their own secrets. For how long ago did they really come to the village? How deep did their roots go? Do any of them truly remember? What if they are an outsider? What if they're found out? No. Such fears are to be quashed and swallowed. They must stand strong. They must stand together as one body against the mass of those beyond the village who would see them degraded and destroyed. They cannot allow such secret terrors to break their unity.
Mm-hmm.
And the maypole watches over all. There is no house in town that has not found itself marked with the red cross of plague, but paint is fleeting, and the villagers are so desperate to hide their state. Night still falls here, if only to give those that wish it a chance to try and hide their frantic denials. As the weak dawn breaks, you may count the doors now painted white, and see who is more conscientious in covering their spongy skin.
Ew.
The deception is pitiable, and yet deep down every villager knows the mould has marked them deeper than any of the others, and carries it as their most secret shame. Foremost in their denials are the village council, those loud and hardy souls who have taken it upon themselves
Oh
to
shit,
this
sorry, I
place,
didn't see that.
to safeguard their
Night,
traditions
Marie.
and denounce the infection.
Thank you for joining
It is the
us.
right and proper punishment
Swish,
of
swish,
those who would
swish.
allow the
Have a
village
good
borders
sleep.
to be breached and their ancient way of life to be compromised. Their masks are blue and red and white, and their coats are the colour of fresh ivory, stained sometimes with streaks of crimson from their dutiful ministrations. None would dare accuse them of infection, and across them or draw their eye is to invite the strongest diagnosis.
Yikes.
Head of the council is Gillian Smith. Her father's 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 father built the maypole, carved from a jackalberry tree, and painted in the colours of the village. This place is her home, and her right and her duty, and woe to any fungus-riddled outsider who might believe it otherwise. For no one would speak up if Gillian Smith were to mark you infected or declare you foreign. No one would lift a finger as they dragged you to the green. Her gloves are purest white and never sullied, and they hide a cerulean mould that covers every inch of her,
Yikes.
through skin, muscle, and organ, though she has no idea it runs so deep. By night, she sits in the quiet darkness of her perfect cottage, peeling herself with a straight razor, layer by layer, desperate to reach the pure flesh she is so sure must still be in there somewhere. Her living room is the same suffocation blue as the rest of her, every surface piled high with her own discarded bloody skin, and she has no terror deeper than the thought she might be discovered. As she pulls spongy strips free, one agonizing fibre at a time, she stares from her window at the house of her neighbour, Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim is not on the village council. Mrs. Kim keeps to herself. And Gillian Smith is certain that Mrs. Kim is not infected, and hates her for it. What Mrs. Kim is scared. Scared of her neighbours, scared of her friends, scared of the moment when someone will smell the spreading patch of darkness on her back and decide she is infected, or remember she's only been in the village since her grandfather's day, and judge her to be an outsider. Should she accuse someone else? Send them to the village green?
Just like the Salem
She
witch
might petition to
trials.
join the council, though that would invite their attention as much as anything might. Even through the masks, Mrs. Kim knows the looks she gets in the pub. But what can she do? When she hears the shouts outside and sees the smoke pouring from the thatched roof, she knows it is too late. They drag her to the maypole, their masks hiding the tears of terror and angry shame, and lash her there with those strips of cloth that never seem to burn. Mrs. Kim does not fight, though she screams and screams and screams as all her fears are realized. Gillian Smith tries to smile as she watches her neighbour burn, but the fungus is too thick around her lips, and her face no longer moves. As the flames consume the last of Mrs. Kim in thick and acrid smoke, the mould reaches the bones of Gillian Smith, and she blooms. In a moment she is swollen, bloated, bursting into a cloud of violet spores that envelop the green and those who dwell there, embracing them in a rot that long since seeped into the soil of this blighted land. Okay.
Feel better, John?
End recording. We're fine.
Are we? I mean, that place is. I don't feel fine, okay? And you were there a long time doing your guidebook, which, you know, I get it, but that place is
Your guidebook.
infectious, and
We're not infected, Martin. That place, it isn't for us.
all right, but how do you know?
I just do. I just know it.
You've been knowing a lot lately,
Yes.
a lot more than you used to.
And it feels more deliberate, like I have more control now.
Okay. So, how much can you see? What else do you know?
Maybe everything.
What do you mean, everything?
I don't... Ask me a question. One I can't possibly know already.
Okay. What's my middle name?
You don't have one.
Whoa.
I actually believed you.
Sorry. I just
That's
wanted to try
ridiculous,
out.
I thought. That's not a real name, but you wouldn't lie to me.
Okay. Let's try something a little lighter then.
All right.
That's so fucking funny. Martin K. Blackwood. Martin Knife Blackwood. That's so funny. I like how mad John is about it as well. Like, I can't believe you lied to me about that. When it's a fucking middle name, we're in the middle of the apocalypse. Like, yeah, that's where the priorities are, honey.
Is Basira alive? Is she in one of these places?
She's alive. Out there, not trapped in a hellscape, but moving, hunting. She's looking for Daisy. She's a few steps behind.
And Daisy?
Bestial. Brutal. Carving her way through the domains of other powers following the scent of blood. Daisy, I'm sorry.
What's Basira going to do?
She thinks she's going to kill Daisy. Like she promised. But she's conflicted.
And will she?
I don't know. The future, it's not something I can see.
Okay, good to know. How much further do we still need to go?
A long way. Through many dark and awful places.
Yikes.
Are you okay? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. It's a little strange, but it doesn't hurt. Keep going. You have questions. Let's hear them.
Okay. How are the others?
I'm not sure. I can't really see Melanie or Georgie.
They're dead?
No, I don't think so. If they were dead, I think I would know that. I don't know where they are, what they're doing. London, maybe?
What about Elias?
He's inside the Panopticon. The tower, far above the world.
That one?
Yes.
How is he?
Hard to say. The way this works, this new site, the knowledge is somehow wrapped up in the Panopticon. An eye can't see inside itself. But I can feel him in there.
That sounds gross.
It is.
Are we safe travelling like this?
Yes. Yes, sort of. I don't know how to phrase it. We're something between a pilgrim and a moth. We can walk through these little worlds of terror, watching them, separate and untouched.
That's not as comforting as you might think.
It's pretty
The
comforting.
alternative.
Fair point. Okay. What else? Who was phone? Who was calling me?
I think it was Annabelle Kane. That's weird. I know the web was wrapped around that phone, but I can't see her at all. At least with Georgie and Melanie, I have a vague sense they're still alive in London, what was London. But Annabelle, nothing.
Well, I'll ask her next time she calls.
Well, I know that's a bad idea. Do you? Okay, no, that one was a very reasonable guess. Anything else? I'll be honest, I'm starting to feel a bit self-conscious, being a post-apocalyptic Google.
Okay, just one more. It's a big one. Can we turn the world back?
Whoa. If the fears are removed, yes, but they can't be destroyed while there are still people to fear them. Then they can't be banished back to the space where they came from. It's not there anymore.
John, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, trying to know things about them directly. It's like, God, it's like looking into the sun.
Okay, all right, that's all right. We can leave it.
Good. Ow.
Oh, Martin's such a good boyfriend. He was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "No, stop. It's okay. That's enough now, baby. Stop it. You're getting hurt." My precious angel. John making the same sounds I make when I stand up. For real, man. That shit. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. That's it, that's what it's like. It's crazy.
Hey, it's okay, it's okay. We'll go slow for a while. All right. Yeah, there's no rush. Oh, actually, what about Helen? Where's she these days?
She's... Right. Naturally.
What's she doing?
Turn around.
Oh, you're kidding.
Wish I was.
Shall we...
Do you want to do the honours?
Not really. Maybe no one's home?
Hello, John.
How did you find us?
Oh, I thought you'd know everything by this
Oh,
point.
yes, I suppose I do.
And I don't, so care to enlighten me?
Oh, yes, sorry. The distortion can always find anyone who has crossed its threshold.
And that includes you, Martin. Remember? And please, my name is Helen.
Like you said, I can know everything now, including how much of a lie that really is.
Don't mistake complication for falsehood, dear archivist. And remember, that knowledge is not the same thing as understanding.
What do you want?
To say hello and check up on the happy couple. I always knew you crazy kids would make it work.
Martin, look, I've no interest in your gloating.
What would I have to gloat about? Much as I am delighted by this brave new world in which we find ourselves, I can take no credit for it. This was all you.
Could have... You knew what was happening.
I suspected. But all I really did was refuse to help. And that is hardly a unique quality. If that makes it my fault, then surely this is Georgie's fault as well, and Melanie's.
Leave them out of this. They didn't know.
There it is again. Knowledge. It's so very important to you, isn't it? These fossilized nuggets of pretend comprehension, weighing you down, stopping you thinking or feeling. What about hypotheticals? If they had known, what would they have done? Is that something you can see?
What do you want?
To be friends again, all three of us. Look at this place, look at this wonderland. This is the world now, and we are strong and free. There's really no reason for us not to hang out. Goodness, he is in a mood. Has he been like this the whole time?
Not the whole time.
Thank goodness.
Martin.
In fairness, he's had a lot on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Martin, please.
Sorry, it's just... Maybe she can help.
With what?
With our quest. We've been walking a while, and well, her doors. Maybe we could, shortcut.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Martin, you sweet summer child. Also, I fucking love that the audacity of Helen, where she was like, I have a feeling if I don't help that this fucking apocalypse will occur, so I'm not going to help so it happens. And then is like, let's just be friends. Even though she basically actively allowed this to occur, knowing that this was the probable outcome. It's just funny, man.
Idea.
I would happily take him, but I don't think he'd want to leave you.
Okay, one, don't talk about me like I'm not here. It's
Mm.
rude. Two, I know you can take two people at once. Me and Tim were both inside the corridor.
Martin, it's not that simple.
I'm afraid the archivist is too powerful now. If he tried to travel through my corridors, it would not go well for any of us.
But
Hey, Johnny! No hard feelings, yeah?
mainly for you.
Oh, is that a threat?
No.
Pity.
So, no shortcuts then. Understood. I'm not leaving you on your own.
Such devotion. You really don't deserve it. But of course, you know that already. This is nice. I am really glad we get to spend some proper quality time together now.
She's such a
Yeah.
bitch.
Anyway, sorry to love you and leave you, but I must dash. It's a very busy time for me. Lots of things to do, people to... Well, you know.
I don't doubt it.
What?
Just taking a moment to look. You two are just such an adorable couple.
Enough.
See you soon.
For real, that's exactly what
She's
she's
right.
I
saying.
am not, nor have I ever been, adorable.
Okay, not true. But I actually meant the whole being friends thing. I mean, I don't see why.
Wait, hang on. You two are such an adorable couple. Maybe she's right. I'm not, nor have I ever been adorable. Okay, not true, but actually I meant the whole thing about being friends.
He's a cruel, vicious monster.
Yes. Yes, she is. But who else is there?
Yeah, Helen is another character that I both love and hate at the same time. For real. I'm like, Helen, please. Please, I need you to have Labrador energy, because it would just be so fun for you to be this creature of undescribable nature, just completely, unperceivable, but then to also, on the other hand, be like, I got muffins. Who wants a muffin? I found them in a house that I entered. Have muffin. Like, I just feel like that would be a very fun character to have. But, of course, we can't have anything nice in this world because John is a sick bastard who likes to make us suffer. Oh, and that's the ending. Okay, well. All right. I'll be honest. So far, this season is kind of... It's thrown me for a loop in that it's almost not horror-y anymore. Because it's just like everything is crazy all the time. And so it's like, oh, like I still can't get over the fucking bagpipes. That was the funniest shit ever. Martin just is very, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how John describes the horrors. Yeah, it's a bit like, I think before it was, I liked before because it was like a specific scenario. And so it could be any of the fears, but in different variations, And so it was really... Also, what happened to Extinction? That just occurred to me. Like, the whole of season... Hang on. The whole of season 4 had Martin, like, investigating this fucking 15th fear. What the fuck happened to it? Oh, well, shit. I guess we will fucking see. God, I can't get any straight answers here, can I? My body hurts. Hate it when that happens. Yeah, because I liked the random specific, like, for example, the different ones you got for Stranger. You had anglerfish, but then you also had hooks, and then you also had the doppelgangers. Apocalypse happened before it could come to fruition, possibly, maybe. Can't wait for the next stream. My fave finally appears. I know, Spooky. We've been waiting. You've been waiting so long for this. Next stream is 165 and 166. So Revolutions and the Worms. That's not fucking terrifying at all. Also, there's one called Roots, 168, which terrifying. But yeah, you got to make sure you're there for that one, Spooky, because it would be a real fucking shame if we listened to it and you weren't there. Anyway, I am hungry, so I think I'm going to cook some dinner, which means I think that wraps this stream up rather nicely. I think I would simply die. Not to be dramatic or anything, but I think I would simply perish. You know what? For you, Spooky, I would do an extra stream where I listen to it again so we could have that experience. That's how much I'm squishing y'all. I would do that for you, Spooky. On that subject, which day would be better next week? Saturday or Sunday? Either works. But maybe I should alternate it. Just like 1 week I do it on Saturday, the next week I do it on Sunday. Don't know. Feels like ages since I last. Oh, thank you, Squish. Of course. I would have. Do you know what? Maybe at the end when we finish, we should have a stream where we just listen to whichever episodes y'all want to listen to. Just specific ones that we really like. Yeah, all right. Sunday's pretty good. It's like a good conclusion. All right. Well, I think that's everything. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. This is, oh, Jesus Christ. The whole laptop started moving. Oh, you can see my terrarium now. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And see you all next Sunday. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining me.